Hello, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're joining us for the first time, thanks for coming. Where have you been? There are lots of materials already on this channel on fully funded scholarships around the world. So just click on the video tab and you will see the different kinds of fully funded scholarships. Subscribers from this channel have won scholarships from every continent on the globe. It is very difficult to match that achievement. And of course, if you're a returning viewer, thanks for the constant support. Thanks for coming back, and I hope you get a scholarship sooner than later. So let's move to the business of the day. Today we are in Thailand in search of fully funded master's scholarship, and we are at the Chulabong, I hope I got that correctly, Graduate Institute's postgraduate scholarship program. So it's the Chulabong Graduate Institute Postgraduate Scholarship Program. And this is a fully funded scholarship, as you would see, for those below the age of 30. And for your master's degree, you should have a minimum of a 2.75. That's quite on the lower side. So it means those with an average degree will be able to apply for the scholarship. And these are the area of specialization. So you do have chemistry, biology, biological sciences, molecular biology, environmental sciences. You have medicine, medical technology. This is quite interesting because it's difficult to find a scholarship in medicine itself, but there you are. There's a scholarship here in medicine. Then you have pharmacy or pharmaceutical sciences. It also requires you to have some lab experience. You can see it here, some research experience in the laboratory to demonstrate your English proficiency as well. It says preferably these exams, but if you studied in the English language, you did your undergrad in the English language, you can always show, probably by providing a letter from your university saying that you studied in the English language, you can understand English, you can write English, you can read the English language. It also requires a statement from you saying why you want this course, why do you want to study at this university, why this course, how would this course help your career trajectory. So let's go to the interesting bit of the scholarship. Of course, other things are also interesting, but we're interested in money and the freebies. So it is fully funded, covers tuition and other academic fees. You can see the different fees here. You have lab fees, refresher course, enrollment fees, thesis fees, and so on and so forth. It also covers your round trip, so your flights will be covered. That is often a pain in the behind. Sometimes I must say, for a number of people, the flight cost. But it's saying here that it will cover the flight cost, which is amazing. It will also cover your visa fees, so you do not have to pay anything. Your flight covered, your visa covered, your first settlement allowance. So when you get to the country, they give you an allowance to help you settle. Relocation and allowance as well, accommodation, monthly stipend, book allowance, health insurance, and others. So this is the full package. In fact, you wouldn't have to move a financial muscle. You got everything covered through and through. When you get the scholarship, you wouldn't have to lift a finger to um, foot any of the financial responsibilities because all of them have been taken over by the university. They take full financial responsibilities for your studies, as you can see. So there's a refresher course for 6 weeks, and then you start your 2 year master's degree. So this is wonderful, almost too good to be true. Everything covered. Just take your bag and your brain, of course, and appear at the airport, and you zoom off to Thailand to study for free. So, how do you apply for this? I must say that it wasn't specified whether you should apply for admissions separately. We'll be looking at that as well. But for now, it outlines how to apply for the scholarship. So it says here that there's a scholarship form, and with the form, you would also attach relevant documents. So the application form, you submit it, and then supporting documents. Then send to this email address. And then for the step two, send the original documents via post to this address. So step one, send it to this address. Step two, to this the hard copies to this address. And I would advise that you do not send like your original certificates because it's difficult to get them back. What I would advise is that you send notarized copies. Notarized copies means copies that have been stamped and signed upon either by your local government or by a recognized authority, saying that they are genuine, saying that they are authentic, even though they might not be the original copies. The problem here is if you send the original copies and you do not get the scholarship, how do you get them back? That's kind of a problem that you might want to think about. So let's move forward. These are the documents they want you to submit: your transcript, three recommendation letters. You have a statement of purpose, medical history, and other supporting documents. The deadline is actually quite far away, I would say, the 30th of September. You might say, oh, this is quite far. Let me relax. Please do not relax. I think you can use this time to like investigate the courses, look around for the admissions requirements, ask questions, see if you can get an English test waiver, see if there's any other stage, whether you have to apply separately for admission and then come here to apply for the scholarship. All these questions can be clarified by asking questions on time. And we have time, fortunately, because this video will be out in June and the deadline is in September. So you have the time on your side. So let's look at the application form together. Quickly, let's look at the application form and see what it entails, and then we'll talk about other related issues. So it says here, insert photo, and here your major field, whether you're going to be in the environmental sciences or biological sciences or chemistry and the rest of them. So just choose the field that closely aligns with your area of interest. These are just the normal things about yourself, your bio data, your academic background. But you might need to write an essay as well. This talks about your job experience or your work experience. So this is the essay that wants you to say how this course would affect things in your home country. For instance, what changes would you bring about when you return to your home country, and how relevant is this course or this trading for your home country? So the good thing to do here is to mention the issues facing your home country, your community. There's this issue of environmental crisis, either flooding, or poor rainfall, poor irrigation, environmental contamination, or things like that. So show how big that problem is, and then show how the course you're going to study at this school will equip you with skills on how to handle this problem. You might say, after graduation, after acquiring skills in environmental sustainability, in risk management, in this and that, I hope to go back home to work with the Ministry of Environmental Sustainability, to help them in the environmental cleanup of my community, something like that. Or to start a consultancy to work with oil firms and other players in the industry who often pollute the environment through their exploration and resource extraction. So things like that would make it real. So show them how big the problem is, show them the skills you're going to learn from this course, and show them how you use the skills to address problems back home. So give details about your community, make it as detailed as possible. Do not give general information that, oh, we have a problem in my community and this course will help. What is the problem particularly? Do you have numbers? Do you have stats to show the number of people affected, the number of properties lost, the unfortunate life that has been lost as well, the income that has been lost? Things like that will give your argument more flavor and more weight when you're being assessed. So that's it as well. And then here they're asking for English language proficiency. As I said, you can always argue that you, what they call it, that you studied in the English language, and they're going to attach a letter to this form showing that you studied in the English language. So taking the IELTS or the TOEFL wouldn't be necessary. So you could click on other to specify the other. You can say English language waiver letter or proficiency letter. So let's go forward. Then recommendation letters, you can see that here. I think you need 3 of them. So you have to duplicate this into 3 places, I think. Oh, this is the medical certificate, not the recommendation. Or am I correct? Oh, they said transcript, recommendation letters. Okay, I think this is just a checkbox. I think, yeah, this is more like a checkbox for those things. And I think you have to attach them separately. This is the checkbox to make sure those things are here. And here you mention the names of the people, the name of the professor, your employer, and the company, and then attach the letter, yes, to this application form. So you're sending it to this email address, and then you have to send hard copies to this address here in Thailand. So that's it for this. So I do not know, as I said, whether you would have to apply for admissions separately. So in case you have to apply for admissions, you can always ask them as well. There is an email address down here. That same email address, you can always ask them as well whether you need to apply for admissions separately. The admission process is also quite similar if you have to apply separately. That is if in capital letters. So the admissions process also quite simple. The instructions are very straightforward. There's also an admission form. There is a recommendation letter format as well. There's a financial statement as well. You can take a look at all of that. This is quite similar to what we saw already in the scholarship application process. That is why I want you to verify. Send them an email and say, do I need to go through this admission process, or is the scholarship application enough? Does it suffice to apply for admission as well? I think it's important to do so. And you have to send that email yourself, demonstrate your skill a little bit more. There's an email address here for you to make that inquiry. And we have time on our side, so kindly do so. These are some of the forms we've looked at, we've opened. But this is like the admissions form for graduate school. So here you can click on the course you're interested in, master's or PhD, and the rest of them. Lots of other information here you can put. Let's see this one. This is for a sample of the recommendation letter for admissions. And this is for who's going to sponsor your studies. Are you relying on family members? Are you relying on, do you need full funding? So you click on full funding here, and then your family income as well. So they're also asking for that. So that's that. I hope this is clear. If you have questions, remember to send them an email, clarify. It's better to hear from the horse's mouth, to hear directly from the institutions. You can see also information about international candidates. You might want to also click on that and see if there are other kinds of information you might be interested in. You can also click on this tab to check for the courses. Let's see if we can get some of the master's courses. Let's look for the programs and see what they entail. So these do not lead anywhere. So let's go to the menu and see applied biological sciences. Let's go there. Let's look for the requirements. Okay. Let's go for the master's program. So for the master's program, you need a bachelor's in a related field and a GPA of 2.75. And yeah, these are the preferable backgrounds that you need to have. And there's something about English test, English proficiency. But you can see here that, however, applicants from countries where English is the native language are exempted from this requirement. Additionally, applicants holding a previous degree from a university where the sole medium of instruction is English may submit a certificate of university medium of instruction to fulfill this requirement. So you see what we're talking about, that English test waiver. So check for your own department, and I think you will be fine. I hope this was helpful, guys. Fully funded masters in Thailand at the Chulabong University in Thailand. As usual, guys, we cannot wait to celebrate you. There are several scholarships already on my channel, and please do well to check around. And I know you'll find something that suits you. And of course, I'll see you at the top sooner than later. Bye bye for now, and do not forget to subscribe.